What's up everyone, Mayor Cringy here, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the worst Dragon Ball beatdowns. And if you don't know what I mean by beatdowns, not like Android 17 and Piccolo level where, you know, they beat each other down. Okay, pause. Where they beat each other down. Okay, can't stop. Where they beat each other up, but it's not disrespectful in a kind of way. I meant disrespectful, like they didn't get a chance to fight back. Something like that. So I've come up with, I don't know exactly how many, but I've come down to, you know, a couple fights that I think is disrespectful, is the worst beatdown in Dragon Ball history. And let's see if we can break it down to see which one of these beatdowns is the worst one. Let's start off with the iconic beatdown, Videl versus Spopovich. And I don't know what to say. It's literally, I had to rewatch all these fights, and Videl and Spopovich, I don't need to rewatch that because I don't know how you say it. It's iconic, but in a negative way where Videl did not get a chance. Even Videl at some point tried to, you know, get herself eliminated. Like she tried to leave, but Spopovich just grabbed her by the foot and just says, "No, you're not going anywhere." So she just beat him up. He just beat her up into a pulp, and it's just like knees to the face. I remember. I think it's probably straight elbows, punches to the face. This is disrespectful. So I think that's the obvious choice of the disrespectful fight. And another one is Gohan versus Raccoon, and I had to rewatch that fight. And essentially, it's basically the same thing. Gohan fought Raccoon, but he didn't stand a chance. And at some point, Raccoon just literally broke his neck. I mean, I didn't think it was true, but he just kicked Gohan right in the neck. And Gohan was just tweaking out. I mean, as usual. I think that's another pretty disrespectful fight right there. Vegeta and Frieza. I had rewatched that fight again, and I didn't realize how many back shots that Vegeta had taken. I mean, Vegeta believing that he is a Super Saiyan, but also getting beat up and just saying like, what the heck is going on? I thought I'm a Super Saiyan, which turns out not to be the case. Frieza wrapped Vegeta around the neck and just hold him there right in front of him and just back shots. I mean, blow after blow, no pause. Literally, Vegeta, and also Frieza was licking the blood off of Vegeta. And also, when I rewatched the fight, Frieza just looked in the camera, like he just looked at us and just said like, "Oh, this is about to get crazy." I think this could be a top contender of the worst disrespectful beatdowns right there. Let's give some Vegeta some hype. I mean, he's been taking so many L's. I mean, where can I even begin? Obviously, we got Frieza, Android 18, broken arm, Cell when he just got his perfect form, and Vegeta just thought he could take it, and that was not the case. Again, the iconic one was probably the elbow to the back. That's also another disrespectful one, and Majin Buu. But I've got to give credit to Vegeta that in the Buu fight, Vegeta still gets up after he just got beamed to the face, and yeah, he just got up from that. So I gotta respect Vegeta for that. Let's move on to non-canon eras where I'm talking about movies. What other movies that has the most disrespectful beatdowns is Broly from the Z movies. Broly versus the Z Fighters, I think, is also disrespectful, especially Vegeta again. I don't know. Vegeta just can't be taking these L's, man. I mean, Vegeta was traumatized. He was startled. He just couldn't want to get up. Piccolo had to wake him up, snap out of it, just for Vegeta to have like, you know, 10 seconds of ego until he gets swiped down again. And I don't remember how they beat Broly, but I'm assuming Broly had like some sort of weak spot. Plot, I know. It's another disrespectful one, but I wouldn't count it since it's not canon, but in my books, it's canon. So let's move on to another disrespectful beatdown is what I mentioned from my last video, Gohan, Future Gohan versus Android 17 and 18. But also, it's not disrespectful. Well, it is pretty disrespectful. But also, that Gohan, you know, stood his ground. He tried his best. He'd take on 17 and 18 both at once, and things didn't go in his way. So, I mean, Android 18 and 17, they were just playing around. I'm assuming they said they were only using half their power the whole time. So then they went full power, and you know, that's history right there. Future Gohan is now history. The last disrespectful beatdown is Goku versus Oozaru Vegeta in the Z Saga. I had to rewatch that fight as well. When I saw that, when Oozaru Vegeta just basically broke everything, every bones in Goku's body. I mean, Goku had a chance, you know, he was beating up Vegeta, but then once he turned his 8th form, I think his power level was at 180,000, if I'm not correct, because Vegeta, when he fought Goku, was around 18,000, and the Oozaru form increases your strength by 10 times. So pretty much, I think he was stronger than Ginyu. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to put it up there on the screen. I could be to make the comparison. Goku was getting beaten up. He got squished in his hand. That's why I'm making the hand movement right there. He's just getting squished right there. And Goku was screaming. I think that's where you get the iconic face of Goku right there. And I think that's also a disrespectful beatdown. But also, again, Vegeta lost. Again, another L from Vegeta. I think we can see the common pattern here of who got the most disrespected. So let's break it down. Vidal versus Popovich. I think it's a top contender of the worst beatdown. And then we got Gohan versus Raccoon. Gohan versus Raccoon, I would say it is up there. I would say it could be a contender-ish. You could be like top 5 of the worst disrespectful beatdowns. But again, Goku comes in clutch. Gohan is saved. No more broken neck. I don't think it's that disrespectful. Or I think it kind of recovers. And we got Vegeta and Frieza. I think Vegeta and Frieza is probably the most disrespectful beatdown in Dragon Ball history. I could be wrong. You guys can comment down below. What do you think? What other Dragon Ball fights has the worst beatdown? And Broly versus Z Fighters, I wouldn't count it in my book since it's not canon, but it's pretty disrespectful. They animate it. It's there. It's out there in the media. So I think that's probably one of them. Gohan versus Android 17 and 18. I think I wouldn't call it like the worst beatdown. I think it's just like sad. I don't know if you get what I mean, but it's just sad. Just sad to see him go. You know, in the future timeline is just cooked. Goku versus Uzaru Vegeta. I wouldn't call it like the most disrespectful, but it's one of them. It's one of them, but not like the worst. Because Vegeta lost. He's still again, or I think we're already seeing what the answer is of the worst disrespectful beatdown in Dragon Ball history. And to finalize it, I'm gonna have to call it Vegeta versus Frieza, the worst Dragon Ball beatdown ever. All right. Final, last edit or mid-editing, I just realized Vegeta died in the Frieza fight, so I think that finalizes that Frieza versus Vegeta is the most disrespectful Dragon Ball fight ever to exist. But what do you guys think? Comment down below, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.